Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna and this morning we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand. She's the Warren County Extension Agent for Horticulture. Well, Kristin, you guys have been working on cut flower education for a little bit now, but you guys have a pretty exciting one coming up.
We're really excited to have our next installment of our cut flower short course, and we have a really good speaker that I think a lot of people in the cut flower world would love to hear about. We have on this particular segment on Monday, November the 6th, we have budgeting for profit. So a lot of people have been asking about record keeping, about like what's the best way to keep the records, and they're actually going to learn from somebody that's actually a flower farmer herself. Her name's Lindsay Bale, and she's with Wild Root Flower Company, and so she's based out of Marietta, Ohio. She also has a podcast as well called Dirt on Flowers. So she's really well known in the cut flower industry, but you're actually going to learn from her about how to create a top line revenue budget and also a budget for your expenses too. So that way that you can keep a close eye on some of those things, because those are all things that you need to be aware of and making sure you're watching those. It seems like we've had a lot of, things go up in price and maybe some things have gone down in price. That's what we'd like to hear anyway. But I think this will be right up everybody's alley. And you can actually hear from her specifically a little bit more about budgeting and then also about the record keeping process.
Well, and I think it's important because a lot of times with our standard record keeping program, cut flower segment categories are really not included in those.
That's true.
And so it's sometimes hard to know what price to set your flowers, what all your expenses are going to be, and then how to kind of figure those out from year to year, especially if you have multi-seasonal flowers.
Right. And so she is based out of Southeast Ohio. So that to me is very comparable to us here in Kentucky as far as the seasons, spring, summer, fall, maybe even winter if you have some other options that are offered, like maybe forced bulbs and things like that. So I really think that people will be able to relate to this and learn a lot of things that hopefully help them with their cut flower farms as well. So we've got this actually coming up on Monday, November the 6th. It is on a Monday, so mark your calendars. It's going to be held at 5:30 Central Time. It's all held on Zoom, so if you can just register and then you can log in and just basically hear from what Lindsay has to say about all these different things that could be very helpful.
So Kristin, how do people get registered?
Yes, so the best way to get registered is follow us on, this is actually being offered through Kentucky Hort Council. So if you want to visit their Facebook page, you can go to Kentucky Hort Council. It'll be posted there. If you're a follower of us on Warren County Agriculture, we'll also have that image as well as the clickable link that you can go to, and it'll take you to that. You just type in your name, email, information there, and then basically you've got the link to join us for the November the 6th meeting, and then you can log on and then join us. It will be recorded as well, so if you can't, say you have another obligation or something, still, register with us, and then we'll send you the link following the meeting within a couple of days, so that way you can still go back and watch it and get the information.
Absolutely. I mean, it's best if you can go live so you can ask questions if you have them in live time with her being, right there and available. But if you can't, the recordings are also helpful. And I feel like this time of year, that's when people start to dream and think about next year, and if cut flower production is part of their plan for next year, you guys have a lot of resources that they can actually look at.
We really do. We've really worked really closer with Center for Crop Diversification. We have a nice cut flower landing page there on their website. So if you want to just type in your favorite search engine, Center for Crop Diversification, is with the University of Kentucky. You can go to that page and click on all the ones that we've hosted before. There's a lot of information there. And then there's also a commercial cut flower map if you want to see maybe what some other people are doing. I feel like you're right, Joanna. We can explore and maybe revisit some of the things that we're doing and maybe add new and really try to see what works best for, your farm and what works best for basically your schedule.
So. Absolutely. And I think another exciting thing that I just want to mention is you guys are going to actually have a cut flower track at the Fruit and Vegetable Conference. It's going to be here in Bowling Green in January.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. So mark your calendar for January the 3rd and the 4th. We are going to have a roundtable discussion offered during the networking time for cut flower growers. So I think it'll be really good. We also have a beginning and an advanced track, so you can pick whichever session you want to attend. It's going to be pretty low cost, so if you want to get out the details, we'll have that posted shortly through our page again on Warren County Agriculture.
We appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show and hope you have a great day.